Hi everybody, thanks for checking us out. I'm Will, Pitmaster for Smoke Masters Barbecue. We've been a competition team since 2007, had a whole lot of wins and a whole lot of fun. Tonight, we're starting into a new venue. We're opening up a YouTube channel. Started talking to a few friends of mine a couple weeks ago. Said, hey, if I was to do a YouTube channel, what would you want to see? Well, with the big game coming up, what's better to start with than Super Bowl party foods? So tonight, we're going to start in the kitchen. Not really where we usually do most of our cooking, but it is where we do most of our prep work. We're going to get it done here, move it outside to the smokers. Tonight we're going to start with a BBQ Fatty. You may have heard it called a bacon explosion, a barbecue bomb, goes by several names. It's ground meat, wrapped in bacon, stuffed with cream cheese and jalapenos, and covered in barbecue sauce. Doesn't get a whole lot better than that. After that, we're going to do some pork tenderloin sliders. Nice barbecue pork tenderloin, covered with a little coleslaw, wrapped with a potato bun. Very, very nice. And to wrap it all up, chicken wings. Of course, I don't really cook chicken wings. I'm more of a drummy man, so we're doing chicken drummies tonight. Barbecued, smoked chicken drummies covered in our Smoke Masters barbecue sauce. Greatest snack ever, chicken on a stick, right? So, let's get at it. So now, let's get started with the barbecue fatty. Basically what we've got is a pound of ground beef and a pound of pork sausage, ground up. We're going to mix those two together. We're going to lay them out on top of a bacon weave because, as we all know, bacon makes everything better. Alright? So, we're going to go ahead and build our bacon weave. And the way we do that, you're going to lay the bacon out, and you want enough bacon to long ways to equal one strip lengthways, right? Today we're using Wright's brand Applewood smoked bacon. So, in order to make this weave, we're going to start to fold back every other piece and then alternate to the pieces we didn't fold back that time. Bring the next piece in and repeat the process until you get all the way to the end. And then we're going to back up and work from the top down. This will end up making a long shape, which you'll see as soon as we get done. I'll press it flat. And then we're going to hit it to start with some of my all-purpose rub. This is the Smoke Masters Premium Barbecue Rub, coming soon to a store near you. And then on top of that, we're going to use a little of the Jonesy Q Money Honey. A little honey, pecan, chipotle flavors. Just enough back in heat to make it serious. Now we're going to bring in our ground meat. Basically just going to flatten that out. Keep it even with the weave on the sides. Leave a little bit hanging over on the top and the bottom just to help us with the roll. Okay? Now, I'm going to hit that again with that same rub combination. And I use my rubs. You can use whatever works for you. And then we're going to come in with the cream cheese. We're going to open this block, cut off a chunk. Right there. Next to that, on the end. One more piece just to close up the end of the roll. And right next to that, we've got some diced jalapenos. Gonna come in right beside the cream cheese. And offset that smooth cream cheese with a little jalapeno beef. We're gonna take the whole thing and roll it up. Once you get it rolled, I'm going to come back to the end, kind of tuck that beef, ground beef pork mixture inside, and tuck that end piece of bacon around just to seal it off. Same thing on the other end. With one more layer of whatever rub you're using. Again, we're using the Smokemasters Premium Barbecue Rub and the Jonesy Q Money Honey. Great combination of flavors. Kind of tilt it from one side to the other. Catch all sides of that bacon. And that is basically prep work for BBQ Fatty. We'll get that on the smoker. We're going to run it about 250 for probably an hour, hour and a half. We're going to bring it up to the internal temperature we want. Once we're there, once we get it to the internal temperature we want, we'll sauce it, leave it on the smoker for a little bit longer, set that sauce, get a nice sticky, tacky sauce on the outside of it, pull it off, let it rest for a few minutes, slice it up, and go to town. So, now that we've got the fatty ready to go on the smoker, we're going to move over to the pork tenderloins and start what is going to become a pork tenderloin slider. So, what we're going to do, we're starting with just a regular pork tenderloin. Get these, I got these from local grocery store. They come 2 to a pack. I like to clean them up a little bit. Some of this extraneous fat off the top. I'm not going to do a real detailed trim, but you know, just some of the fat, some of the silver skin that's left on these things when you pull them out of the package. Just kind of, you know, slide your knife in underneath. You're going to take a little bit of the meat, but try to get as little as possible. So we've got the fat and the silver skin trimmed off, majority of it trimmed off. A little piece I missed right there. I'll go ahead and get that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start with a little bit of pork injection. Now, this is one I picked up at the local barbecue supply store. Shout out to Memphis Barbecue Supply, Jimmy Shotwell. Makes a great product, works real well. There's several different guys out there that make it. I found Jimmy's works real well, so that's what I'm using today. A little phosphate nitrate, a few other things in there that'll really help that pork just hold on to the moisture. And the apple juice is just kind of tie in with the apple wood we're going to smoke with. Just going to really create a good flavor. So, we'll load up the injector. And we're just going to hit every couple inches. Make a little pocket. Some of it's going to come back out at you, so don't be worried. Have a paper towel handy because it does get messy. Now if you wanted to dry smoke them, you could, without adding a rub or anything like that, because it's pork tenderloin. It's got a lot of intermuscular fat. We're going to use the XTC Jonesy Q, which is a salt, pepper, garlic, a little bit of jalapeno. So it's going to kick up that flavor just one more notch. Get a good even layer, wet that rub. It's going to help it stick, help it adhere to that meat. I'm going to come back over with that Smokemasters rub, and then one more time we're going to hit it on the outside with the money. And we're not going to rub it, but we are just going to press it in just to help it stick a little bit. While we turn it over, hit the other side one more time. And that's basically all the prep we're going to do to the tenderloins. what we'll do with these is they'll sit on the smoker right next to the fatty until they reach an internal temperature of 145 degrees. Now, a lot of guys are going to say, I thought you were supposed to cook pork to 160, 165. No. According to the FDA, as of about a couple years ago, I believe, I'm not exactly 100% sure on that date, but the new temperature that they have admitted that pork is now done at is 145. You take it to 150, it's going to be dry. Okay? So I'm going to get these on the rack with the fatty. We're going to run it all out to the smoker and get it cooking. Fixing to put the barbecue fatty on and the pork tenderloins. Tonight we're cooking on the Weber Smoky Mountain. This is a 22.5-inch Smoky Mountain. You know, I'm a barbecue guy. I've got more smokers than I've got socks. You can see behind you the big Smokemaster's rig off in the distance there. There's got there's a rib cooker, a shoulder cooker, and a whole hog cooker on the back of that trailer. Got my Yoders over here, my PKs. The Weber is a very simple piece of equipment, but it's also very, very efficient. Works great for me. I can load it, fire it off, and run it up to 250, and it'll sit there for about 8 hours if I treat it right. You can pick one of these up at Lowe's for about $400. I'm sure your barbecue supply stores around in Tennessee and Mississippi sell them too. Very, very versatile. We're going to be using applewood tonight, so I'm just going to open up the access to the firebox and drop a couple pieces of apple in there. If you'll notice, you can see you got a firebox in the bottom, a water pan in the middle, and then you've got your first rack. We're not going to be cooking on the first rack tonight. We're going to be cooking on the second rack. Tenderloins on one side. And we're going to lay that barbecue fatty right on the other. Close them up. I'll let them run for just a little bit. So in the meantime, we're going to come inside and get started on our chicken wings. In about 10 or 15 minutes, we'll go back outside. We'll put probes in. That way we can watch temperatures, tell us exactly what everything's doing and when it needs to come off. So with our chicken wings, tonight, chicken wings is kind of a misnomer. We're actually cooking chicken drummy. And when I get the drummy, I like a big one, I like a lot of meat on the end, I like something to sink my teeth into. The only problem with wings is a lot of times you go to eat wings and it's a lot of work for not a lot of result. So what I've got here in the bag is a brine mixture, basically just salt, brown sugar, and a little bit of the rubs that we're going to be using tonight, the Jonesy Q Money Honey. And they've been sitting in that bag for about 24 hours. That salt gets in there, really opens up the pores of the chicken. That allows that brown sugar to get down in there and really sweeten up that meat. And allows it to retain a little bit more of the moisture than it normally would. Just really ends up with a really juicy, flavorful product. When I start prepping the chicken, I like to start with the Jonesy Q XTC. Again, just a salt, pepper, garlic mix. A little bit of heat on the back end. Really good flavor profile to start that chicken with. So we're just going to come back across the top, like I said, with some money honey. The same rub mixture we've used on basically everything tonight. When you find something that works, you stick with it. And Jonesy Q products have done real well for us in competition. We picked them up about 2 years ago as a sponsor. Really upped our game competition-wise. Not to mention, it's just good stuff. Competition trail is one thing, but when I'm cooking for my friends and family like I am for the Super Bowl right now, I want something that's going to be good. I want something that they're going to, leave talking about. Something other than just a football game. And just kind of pressing that in to the outside. Then we're going to transfer these to a pan and get them on the smoke. Chicken wings, just like most poultry, we'll take the 165, but because we've got such a smaller piece of meat, as opposed to the other two big pieces we've got out there. These will cook a lot faster. All right, we're gonna get these on the smoke. Okay, so we're out here with the chicken, back to the Smoky Mountain. We're gonna lift the lid here in just a sec and kind of fit these around the edge, around where our fatty and our pork tenderloins have been cooking. They've been on for about half an hour now. As you notice, the Smoky Mountain's dialed in right at about 240. It's gonna sit there as long as we want it to. Tenderloin is trucking right along about 120 right now, so won't be much longer for it. So let's get a look and get this chicken on. Oh yeah, real pretty. Real pretty. I'll load this thing up tonight. Such a much smaller piece. You know, what we're cooking with the tenderloin and the fatty won't take it near as long. Alright, so now our pork loins have reached the target temp, so we're going to put a thin layer of sauce on them. And what we're going to do in the meantime is cover these up and let them rest. Because if we slice into them right now, all that juice is just going to run all out on the counter. Nobody's going to get to enjoy it. And in the meantime, we'll finish the prep for our slider buns and our coleslaw that's going to go on these pork tenderloin sliders. First off, we're going to hit these rolls with a little melted butter. And then we're going to hit them just a light coat of that XTC. I'm going to pop this in the oven just a few minutes. While our buns are toasting, we're going to come out, make our coleslaw, get all that mixed together, and get ready to assemble our sliders. Alright, let's check on these buns. Oh yeah. Just enough to get crisp on the edges. Perfect. Look at that. Look at the juice coming out of that. I mean, just pink, juicy, perfect. And that little scrap that comes off the end. Oh. So good. So good. So, what we're going to do, come in with a couple of these slider buns. Gonna hit them with a nice piece of pork tenderloin. And come right back across the top with a chunk of our nice coleslaw. Top them off. And there we have it. Pork tenderloin barbecue sliders. So I'm going to go ahead and sauce everything that's on the smoker right now. All right, I'm going to close this thing back up. Let it set that sauce. We'll give it about another 10 minutes and that chicken will be ready to go. In about another 20 minutes, we're going to pull this chicken. First thing we're going to do is check it. Well, not quite there yet. We may need a few more minutes. Let's see. Yep, we're close. We're just not quite there. Let's see. Looks like we're going to be good on these. Get off there. Yep. Yep. So I'm just going to touch up the top of these with a little bit more sauce. All right. About another 20 minutes and we are at temperature. I'm going to go ahead and pick this thing up. We're going to get it inside and slice it up. Just kind of pick it up real gingerly, not to break it there. Man, that looks good. All right, so we've allowed the fatty to rest for a few minutes. And the moment of truth is upon us. Slice into that and take a look on the inside. So you got the cream cheese and the jalapenos, the sausage and bacon wrap. Just an amazing bite. Somebody will go after the bacon scraps there on the end of the table. So there we have the BBQ Fatty. Yeah, we gotta get in on some of this, man. Try this stuff out. Oh man, I'm looking forward to that bite. Oh my gosh, so good. Get in there and get some of that cream cheese and jalapeno. Oh yeah. Oh, that looks so good. Mmm. Tenderloin's so juicy. Nice kick from the slaw. I'm gonna have trouble paying attention to the game now. Oh yeah, that money honey is amazing. That's good stuff. So there we have it. Super Bowl party foods. Got your BBQ Fatty, ground beef and sausage stuffed with jalapeno and cream cheese, wrapped in bacon, hit with our Jonesy rubs, a little bit of our Smokemaster rubs as well, topped off with our Smokemaster barbecue sauce. We've got pork tenderloin sliders with a creamy coleslaw on a potato roll, and what we call wings, what a lot of people call drummies, but barbecue chicken. So, chicken on a stick. The perfect trio of Super Bowl party foods. Thanks for checking us out today for Super Bowl party foods. Make sure you like, hit that subscribe button. You'll get the notifications for our next videos. We'll be coming to you with more good food and some fun contest videos. See you soon.